Rising King Romy, what do you have to say, Jabez?
Yeah, man, to what you just said there is all on point, what you said there. You know, in everything, what we got to realize is a principle, you know, and without getting that principle right, your outcome will never be. So, to life, there's a principle to life, you know, like I always explain to people. Just look in nature, like you just said. Look in nature, and nature will teach you. But in the first place, you have to want to know. You have to have that desire to know. You want to know, not just get told something and you believe it and no, you want to know. So nature is our biggest teacher. You know, like I tell people, look in nature, look at a seed, look at a tree, look at the fruit. When you look at a seed, in that seed is the tree, is the fruit. Everything is in that seed. But how do you get out what's in that seed? And that's the principle and law you have to follow. You put it in the ground, you water it, and you see that seed come out. You see that tree come out, and it just keep growing. And to how much you take care of it, you know. So all of that is in it, the care and the love and all of that. So when we say everything is inside of you, it's like a seed, but you won't be able to get it out until you apply to the principle and law. So in everything, there's a principle and law. So before you start doing anything, check the principle and check the law. So if you want to know, it's like somebody doing electrician work and you want to become an electrician. Somebody doing plumbing work, you want to become a plumber. You're going to have to go with that person and let that person
Yeah.
show you. And then you apply that and then you will know for yourself. Now you become an electrician. Now you become a plumber. So it's always in you. Whatever your desire is, it's already in you. Like you're not a driver now, but you go out and you learn to drive. Before you wasn't a driver, but now you become a driver. So where was that driver before? Where was that driver before? It was within you. But now you know what you wanted and you bring forth that. And that's how it is with everything. Everything. Like I always talk about the flour. All the biscuit is in the flour. All the bread is in the flour. All the cake. You know, all of them is in the flour. But how do you get it out? So it's the same thing with us. Where is my house? It's in me. Where is my money? It's in me. Where is everything I desire? It's in me. But how do I get them out? By following the principle and law. So now I would have to ask, what is the principle? What is the law? How do I apply the principle? How do I apply the law? So these are questions we would have to ask. And if you can't get the answer, you just keep desiring for the answer to come. And as long as you're putting out such a energy, you know, it's always gonna come back to you. You don't know where it's gonna come from,
Yes.
but it always come.
And how do you know that, Jabez? By experiences over and over, and the more you apply, the more you apply is the more you see results. So you say,
Yes.
yes, this is the principle. I am sure that is how it goes based on your
It's all
experiences.
about
Because a lot
testing.
of people, yes, because a lot of people has knowledge. A lot of people is not really lack of knowledge, but what they are not doing, they are not applying what they know. And because they are not applying, they are not having no experiences. You understand?
Exactly.
So when said, so that is why they cannot be a solutionist. So you have to be someone that has gone through the fire, come out as fine gold, right? So you can teach someone that, listen, this is the process you have to go through. If you want this, is what you have to do. Like what you always say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You
Exactly.
get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that is what I think that's one of the problem we have now, because a lot of people have the knowledge, but is not applying. But why they are not applying? Can be fear. They fear to lose people around them. They're afraid to lose their job. They're afraid to lose their relationship, their friend. Or they're probably scared to go to the next level. You know, because fear is a blockage. You know, even though some people say, "Boy, I'm brave and this and that," they're still fearful to take chance to go to the next level, and they are not willing to let go. You understand? You have to let go. Like I was using the example. If you say that you want a new fridge in the house, what you have to do? You have to take out the old one, throw it away, don't it? If you want a new sofa, you have to throw out the old one. You have to clean out the vessel. So you understand? So
To
that
make
is it. And a lot
space.
of people are not willing. They are not willing to let go. So that is the problem. You understand? That is what blocking the blessings, if you want to call it blessings. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
And
so
because
fear
me,
is
me myself had experience of being in such a state. Sometimes it's because of what you know and you think that's all it is, you know, and you just act from that state, thinking this is all what it is, until you go out and maybe see something different or hear something different or whatever. Your circumference of awareness get widened. So, so a lot of people them only what they know. I'm always eating bun. I'm always eating cake. So I love my bun. I love my cake. So when you see bread and biscuit come around, I don't love biscuit. I don't love. And what you're not realizing, both of them is from the same source. And that's what we as human beings do today. Because I might be a black person, another person might be white, or either a white person, or an Indian person, or a Chinese person. We are different. But are we really different? No, we are just conditioned. We only condition different. But from the unconditioned, which would be the flower now, we are all the same. We all the same. So that's why I tell people sometimes physically we are different, but psychologically we are the same. Just like a chicken and an eagle. An eagle can be the best eagle that he is. And a chicken can be the best chicken. Because they have that divine power in them, but they are conditioned in this area to play out this role. So that's why I always tell people, know thyself, know who you are. We say we are human being, but that's the condition of us. We have to really know, am I a bun or am I a cake or what am I? Am I a fish? Am I a bird? Am I a duck? What am I? Like a worm gonna be in the dirt. If you put the worm in the water, what's gonna happen? Where the fish is, he's gonna become food. And that's what is happening in the world today. Ones that doesn't know themselves, because they might have money, you might be of this, they think, okay, you know it. And those are the ones that we think is the one that know it because they have money. But no, you gotta know that person is just like you and you are just like him. And when you have those type of program within yourself, that's what you're gonna express all the time around. He's better than me because he's in a better job. He's better than me because him have this. No. You just need to know what you want and know how to get what you want out. You just don't know the principle and law. You've been maybe taught the wrong way. Just like, when me was a youth growing up in my community, they would say, you can't do this, you can't do that, and and all these things. But when I get to know myself and realize that was all conditioned, that was all program. But as a kid, I wouldn't know that. So I act from that state until I come aware. And now I'm aware, I see where a lot of people are not aware. And they think they are, but they don't know. Because they haven't have certain experience, because they haven't applied themselves a certain way. It's like going out and you always, certain things upset you or you would behave to certain things. For 1 week or 2 weeks, you say, I'm going to do the opposite of that. Because I've known the experience from doing things this way. I'm going to do things the other way now, the opposite. And that's what a lot of people don't do. So they only have one experience, and when them speak, them only speaking from that. Oh, that person did me bad. So when the favor return, I do him bad.
That is
You
true.
know, when you say, okay, that person did me bad. When the favor return, I'm gonna do him good and see what comes from that,
And
without putting any judgment on anything. Because sometimes, because we don't understand the psychological law, you do something for somebody and say, oh, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, and you're not knowing you are creating that your own self, and it's gonna play out. So even if it not play out of that person who, because that person is so aware, he work from himself, him understand. It will still come through, but it will come through somebody else because you impress that. It have to come through, or it might come through you through an illness, through something like it have to come. Whatever you impress, it gonna express, and that's the law. That's the
yes,
law.
and a point I want to make before I lose it. Hold on. It's not like persons don't go through experiences. We all go through experiences, but the thing about it is that we are not aware, and a lot of things that we experience when we're at a state and we are unaware. These are some things we might experience that they tell us that it is wrong. When you see these type of things, it's against the will of God and all of them something there. It's not normal for this to happen. You get me? So when you see certain things now, you don't think about it critical. You don't have that critical thinking. You just pan it off and say, oh, it's the devil, and you rebuke it or whatever. But we all go through them experiences. But when you are waiting and you're focused and you are aware, the least little thing happen, you're like, whoa, you are amazed. And the more you are aware of these things that's happening, that's how you understand all the divine work. And that's when you realize that you start growing because you start paying attention of every little thing that is taking place within you, around you, and you start saying, wow, then if this is the way it's supposed to go, then I don't want to be over there. Because now you got to identify that being over there is all low vibration. So all you can do from then going forward is just keep on raising that vibration. Or do I know that? Experience. You understand? So that's why awakening is very, very, very important because without you awakening, you can't realize what is going on around you. You understand? You will see things and then you will see it for what it is not. As I said before, certain experiences, you will saw the devil, you will rebuke it. You maybe say it's witchcraft. You get what I'm saying? So to be aware is very important. As I said before, is to know self. And to know self, you know who the creator is. Some will say God. You understand me? Exactly.
Yeah, so behind everything we're gonna understand is that energy. Behind everything is energy. The difference is it's vibrating at different frequency. That's all the difference is. It's all energy. So when we say God, we are talking about that energy that create everything. Out of that energy, everything create. And when you realize that is you, that invisible you, that is you. And when you understand your thought is that electric, you know, your feeling is magnetic. So when you think, you're sending out electrical signal. When you feel, that's magnetic signal. So when you send out, you pull back. By your feelings, you pull. So when you understand that you are that, when you are there wasting your thoughts, thinking things which you wouldn't want for yourself, not knowing it gonna come back to you or your loved ones. Whoever you have in your mind will be hurt, just like all the mango that on that tree. So you gotta know everything goes through you. You impress and express. Just like the energy, the electric that's running the fridge. The electric running the fridge. The electric getting the water cold, getting it, turn it into ice, keeping your things nice. And that's what that do for you. So you gotta have to know this is what you are, and you are the controller. You know, just like a doctor. Why should we make a doctor know about us and us know about ourselves? You go to a doctor, you should already be a doctor yourself. What does that doctor have that you doesn't have? Why does that doctor know what you know you don't know? Just like a mechanic and a driver. So that's what we are. We are the mechanic and also the driver. So if we knew that our body is the vehicle and the driver is the consciousness, what do you think? So we are the mechanic, but we don't know. Then we would understand cause and effect. Just like when you see things happen today, and one fighting, going back to earth, this one and that. That's not how things fix. If something wrong with your car, what do? You bring it to the mechanic. Why? Because you don't know the problem, how to fix it. And when you go to fix the problem, what does the mechanic do? He go in the car, in. He never go stay outside and fix it. He go in. So it's the same formula with us. Same formula, you have to go in. Just like with man and woman. You look out there, you see the earth. You see the seed. You know, the woman, when you give the woman the sperm, you get back a baby. When you give the earth, the seed, you get back a tree. So if you want to know the role of the woman and the role of the man, just look in nature and see what the earth do. The earth nourish that seed. The earth is what gives that seed everything to keep it. What does the man do now? He would be like the one who go and weed it out. You need someone to weed it out and make it. So can the man do without the woman? No. Just like, can the tree grow without the earth? No. You need both. So when you look in nature, you will understand yourself.
Yes.
But you have to know how to look. You're looking with the right eye. You know, like I said, we have a mind, we have a soul, we have all the tools. We finish. The Creator finished you. It's done. It's down to you now to apply yourself right. And that is the major problem going on today. People looking for something, things say, no, it's finished, everything done. That's why what you see they're doing in the world today, oh, this is things going up. Somebody is just manipulating the thing. Because guess what? Things only recycle. It only recycle. Energy can't be created. It can't be destroyed. Only transformed. So nothing no leave here. Everything is still here. It's only recycle. So when you know self, 360 degree full, you know. Now you're only going to be out there helping others. Out there helping the less fortunate to come to them true self.
That is it.
You tell them the truth.
And as you said before, we impress and express. So what you put out, you're gonna get back in. Just like we talk about nature, what you plant is what you're gonna reap. You plant peas, definitely expect to reap peas. You're not gonna reap corn. So, now we know how the mind work. We talk about be careful what we have lingering in the thought in the mind. Because now we know that imagination is what creates reality. So every negative thought you have lingering about yourself, about anybody else, that is you creating right there. You understand? But because we don't understand what is going on, we have the wrong concept. So a lot of time we blame people for our downfall. We might say it's witchcraft. We might say people doing us something, but really and truly, I mean that's out there, but really and truly, have we ever stopped to think about the things them that we have lingering in the mind? Because every second we are creating. Show me a man that stands still and his mind is not. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? You're not thinking about anything. Even when you're sleeping. Get what I'm saying? Even when you're sleeping. So at the end of the day, we're always creating. So that's why we have to be careful. It happened to
Yes.
me because we are human. Things happen and sometimes things take us off guard and we react. It's normal emotion, but we have to quickly remember that we are the creator. Why we are the creator? Because we are one with the maker. It's the creator is not external. Some people won't agree, but the creator is not external. The creator is internal. So the creator is
Yeah.
always working. So that's what they say the creator don't rest. When they say God don't
Mm-hmm.
rest, God don't rest. Your mind is always creating. So you are putting God at work right there. What do you want God to do? Do you want God to manifest something positive in your life or negative? Because that's the energy within you. That's the creator. That's God right there. So you are one with God. So you are using God and God is using you. So what do you want to use God to do?
You know, when
You
you realize
understand?
that the conscious mind is like the farmer who in the field, and the subconscious mind is the earth. Whatever you use the conscious mind to, to do, that's what you're going to get back. And that's what people don't realize. The conscious mind is like the farmer. So when the thoughts, that's your seed. You're going to be like, do I want that for me? No, you don't plant that.
Yes.
Because if you don't get it, your loved one will. And guess what? You're not going to even know, so that's what caused it, because you don't even know the law yourself, really.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't know the law fully, you would have know I ain't putting out no negative, none at all. As if you never come back in this life, it's coming back in the next one. Yes.
And something that a lot of person don't realize, for example, like you and I, our responsibility is great because we know how the mind work. So we have to be working double shifts. Why I say that? Because people in our household might be negative. So we have to constantly not only thinking for ourselves, but using our mind to think for them, to try and using our mind to create, you get what I'm saying? Create a
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
positive reality for them. We're helping them. Because I'm in that position and what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Each time like somebody may say something negative, I'm like, stop, stop, stop. Remember, I break it down for you. Don't think anything negative about yourself and about anybody around you. Why are you expecting the worst to happen? Is that what you
mm-hmm.
want? I'm like, stop. And they'll be like, no, but I can't lie to myself. I can't. And I said, no, you're not lying to yourself about your situation. But remember that you are the creator. That mind is creating. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So I am here trying to keep my mind because, as I said before, we're only human. You get what I'm saying? We have no human experiences. We do have our days, but we have to keep the vibration high. And then you have persons around us that at low vibration. So you have to be working, working, working to make everything smooth. So it's not easy, but never saying say God never give a man that more than he can manage. And because we have to go through a lot of tests and tries for we to be where we are today. So if we could do it, we would be in the seat. You
Definitely.
understand? We're wearing an invisible crown that nobody can see. Right? the king and the queen of the chair. But if you know what I'm saying,
Unless
and
you have
it's
a
not,
spiritual eye,
and
you
it's
will be able
not
to see.
that other person can't do it because we all are capable. You get what I'm saying? To raise the vibration. All of us here have that energy inside of us. The divine, intelligent energy source work through all of us. We can do it. But as I said before, one of the main things that is holding us back, it is fear. Fear. You don't want to take chances. You don't want to let go. You don't want to try something new. As I said before, and it's a perfect example. If you are going through your house right now and say, boy, you know the bed want to change, the mattress, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna buy a new mattress and put on that one? Are you gonna chop that one out? Your settee, your sofa want to change. What are you gonna do? You gonna let it stay? Are you gonna chop it out and get a new one? Your TV breakdown. Are you gonna buy a new TV and put in front of that one? Are you gonna chop that one out and make the space for a new one? But we fear to let go. Them of us saying, say no. They don't want to jump out of fire, jump out of pot and jump in a fire. But remember, the pot always cover the fire, not true? Just think about it. They always say, boy, I don't want to jump out of pot and jump in a fire. But come on, the pot always cover the fire. So if you jump out, you jump on the ground or jump somewhere. You get what I'm saying? You're not going in the fire. I'm just saying, people are just fearful of the unknown. You know what I'm saying? Fearful of thinking critical. And we can go into depths. Why? We know why. The system set that up perfectly.
Hmm.
The
Because they
brainwashing,
know
the programming, the imagery, all of that. The
they
religion,
want you to be comfortable,
the
Be
school,
comfortable because they know you don't grow like that.
you understand? The music, the movies, the cartoons, the food, the weather, the water. So everywhere you turn, it's tampering. So it's a struggle for us, but we have to try our best. As you said before, we have to want this. So sad to say, it probably awakening is not for everybody because you have to want it. You have to want it. You get what I'm saying? Grand Rising, see that? Grand Rising. Yes, so we have to really reach a point where we start looking into self. Because what I done, all of what I've been taught in church and school, and them say out of bad, good can come from bad. You see, this pandemic was the best thing that happened to me because that's where my awakening arrived from. And that's when I see what's really going on in the world. Because before that, I never know. I was a church girl and all of that, a lot of things I never really know. And this pandemic came about, which a lot of people can come and talk about the pandemic because it open up our eyes and make us say, wait, then then how can this be going on? When they tell us that God sit high and look low, this is totally impossible. So that is when I start looking into things and say, okay, the first thing I need to get out my mind is that there's a man up there looking down. That is totally impossible. When I start seeing everything, because remember, Mark, I was somebody for years that was questioning things. But the minute this pandemic come and we lock down and everything start popping up on the media and the news, I'm like, no, 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 something is wrong.